Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bromsgrove Indoor Bowling Club. We have a Worcester County Championships mixed pairs. John Cracknell and Lee Drew against Neil Smith and Sandra Jones. And it's being played at Bromsgrove tonight, so I'll just give you a rundown on the bowls they're using. I'll give you an insight to it. John Cracknell is playing with Aero Quantum, size 3.
2.5 I am.
And Lee Drew is playing with Vectra VS's size 1. Andrew is playing... Right, I'll get on to Sandra and Neil. Neil Smith is playing with Drake's Pride Fine Line 4s, and Sandra has changed her woods for tonight. She's playing with Vectra VS's size 2. So we've got Lee Drew, who's a newish player to us. It's her first venture into the counties. She's only been back playing for 12 months, so a little bit new for her. So hopefully she can get into the swing of things straight away. Tonight I'm joined by Darren Malin, who does do quite a bit of commentating for us when he's available.
Hi, evening everybody. Nice to be back in the hot seat again with my old mate Richard.
Yeah, so they're just having trial ends at the moment, and when our screen has got back to square one, there we go. No? Yeah. That's it, yeah.
So this is a mixed pairs, is it? Or
it's a mixed pairs,
yeah.
Mixed pairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't done any preparation, so I'm going to blag it as much as I can.
What's different?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yep, so should be a good game. We've got, as we say, 4 good players playing tonight.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows John, Sandra and Neil. As I say, Lee is a new player on the block, so to speak.
Yeah.
So she'll be a bit, we've got to be a bit kind with her. And
yeah, we'll go easy on her.
We'll go easy on
her. We'll give John all the grief, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
And John and Neil, 2 very different type of players, aren't they?
Yes.
John's probably a slightly more aggressive player, plays a more aggressive running shots. Neil is more controlled weight, isn't he?
Yes, Neil likes to play.
Both are very good at what they do, as I'm sure we'll see tonight.
I mean, this probably is a little bit of an advantage to Neil and Sandra. I believe they played on this rink last week.
It's a very tricky rink one, especially bowling in the direction they're bowling now, back up. I reckon John will probably struggle a little bit playing ditch side with his grooves. Oh, he's with Quantums now, isn't he?
Yeah.
But they have, even the Quantums have got a bit of a finish on them. But we'll see.
I think he's comfortable with ring 1. I think like ring 6, he doesn't mind them so much now. But as I say, it'll be an interesting game, and I'm sure it'll be most enjoyable for you viewers yet again. As we've said before, if you want to know anything and we can help you out by informing you or letting you know, we will. Send your messages through and we'll try and answer them as best we can.
And did we invest in that air rifle so we can move them out of the way of the camera when they're
they'll be all right. They'll be all right. We'll send our runner over to move them. She just smiled, viewers.
Hopefully, once the games start,
Yeah.
they'll stand to the side. So, shouldn't be too much trouble distinguishing the woods by the looks of it.
Well, yet again, good evening, Kevin. Welcome again. Here last time, back in Sandra and Neil. Nice to see you back on the streaming.
Well, hello to Simon, my namesake. Oh, Malin on commentary. Oh no. Cheers, Simon. Oh, that's Mr. Totten, isn't it? Hello, Simon. Good to see you're supporting me.
Somebody knows you then, Darren?
Oh yes, fellow bowler from On the Crown.
Oh,
Well,
right.
I don't know if that should be that's in that context bowler. That could be questionable, couldn't it, Si?
I'm sure Simon will tell you where you've been going wrong on the Crown Green, as
I'm
well as the
sure.
commentary.
I'm sure he could. He's known me long enough.
Welcome, Simon, anyway. All the very best to you.
So Sandra, who's just kicking the woods in, that's going to be my nemesis in the Open Singles in a couple of weeks. Playing her first round, and then marking a card an hour later, by the looks of it.
It's all on the day, Darren, you know that.
But I should be available for the Crown Green game later on in the day. That's the positive.
Is that the thinking behind it all? Whatever happens, a full day about the bowls.
Yeah.
Well, looking at the ladies, they seem to be getting on well, having a nice little chat.
Yeah.
And I can assure you, about you viewers, they're both lovely women. They help out. They give us an easy time, don't they, on the streaming? So.
Yeah. Well, Sandra will be familiar to those people that have watched the live streaming. She's been on a few times in the last 2 or 3 weeks in various finals and things, hasn't she?
She has, yeah.
Well, now that's unusual for Neil. He's actually lost his wood in the ditch.
I think he's just trying to see
Yeah.
how it works.
Right, so off we go. So Sandra and Neil have got the jack first end. And the mat's a couple of spots up. And it looks like the jack's either, well, is that going to stop on? Yes.
Oh, that's a
And the jack goes back.
we'll say nervy start, shall we?
Yeah. Right, so Lee's cast the jack. I'm not quite sure she moved the mat. I didn't notice. I'm guessing she's probably moved it back a spot. Normally the opponents do tend to move it. Now we've got a good length there, three-quarter length, 30-ish metres probably.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we'll have a word with the the players.
For those of you who can't see, Sandra's first wood bowled on the backhand, ditch side, finishing around about 5 foot behind the jack. Lee bowling the opposite hand on the forehand. And that's around about 4 foot short.
Yes, I think you're right, Kevin. Sandra is a bit of a YouTube celebrity.
Good adjustment from Sandra here. Finishing probably 2.5 feet, maybe a yard short, 2.5 feet.
Yeah, 2.5 feet, I think you're pretty much there.
So Sandra's bowling, sticking with the backhand, Lee's bowling the forehand. The forehand is quite a swing, got quite a swing, hasn't it, at the finish, the forehand. So you have got to send your woods out, otherwise they'll just do what that one's done and kick right across. Again, probably a yard short on weight. And Sandra's having a go on the other hand now. Not happy with where Lee's last wood finished. And this is coming in very well. Yeah, that's a good ball there. Now it's Lee's turn to turn over and try the other hand.
Yeah, she sent it out.
Yeah, she's certainly got a decent green on it. Just perhaps a touch too heavy.
Yes, I think this is, what is it, Darren? 18 ends? 18 ends,
I never know
or
with the
3.5 hours, I think. Yeah.
I never know with the county games because they sort of tinkered with it a little bit, haven't they? And I believe with this, they're allowed to swap over positions if they want.
Yes.
It's very unlikely to happen in this particular game, but if they did fancy having a change, they could.
Yeah, it's something that the county brought out last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just to change it all about a little bit. And Lee's got a very good bowl there.
What a lovely ball that is. Still a bit unlucky, but
yeah.
I think she's got a second wood out of it.
Yeah, it's give John a chance, that has, to come round the wood and play onto the yellow wood. I have to say, it's warm in here tonight.
And a lot of people, a lot of bodies in here as well, isn't there? I think because the temperature's dropped outside, the heating's kicked in, hasn't it? And,
yeah.
And then it does tend to hold the heat once they kick in.
Neil's put a little bit onto that.
That may have been a. I wouldn't have thought it'd be a deliberate move, that, because I've already got best back. But if John does decide to rattle one down, it's there waiting. I'm guessing John's going to be just trying to draw it off. And this is a great effort. What a great ball that is, John.
Absolutely brilliant.
Well, I don't know how hard they're going to have to work tonight to get sharp, because that's another great ball, and there's still one. Oh no, they're holding two. Yeah, of course they are.
Two,
Yeah.
I have to say, he had a superb game yesterday over in Nottingham at the Wessex.
Yeah.
He was absolutely brilliant.
Well, to turn around, I think they were about 11-1 down at
We were,
and to actually come back and win that game, although we lost the match overall, great performance from John.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good rink bowler. Against a very, very good skip.
Yeah, Simon
Simon Skelton. was it?
Skelton, yeah, Simon bowled really well. Yeah, I believe ex-England, is he, or
Yeah,
still
I
England?
think he's been on the circuit, hasn't
Yeah,
he? He's
yeah,
certainly a familiar name anyway.
very good player, I tell you.
Neil's going to trundle down there, I think, with a couple of yards to try and get the split, get that jab back to his wood at the back here. Looks like he's on a decent line. Just a question of how quickly he can get back.
It's coming.
Yeah. And that's a great effort.
Little bit fortunate, getting a little touch off the side wood.
Yeah, he's probably still a couple down, but now he's only got a ball within a yard to get second wood,
Yeah,
within a couple of feet to get the shot. And of course, if John does nail it with his next bowl, he's got the option of playing a similar wood again on the same hand.
oh, Douglas Wilcock from Bulgaria. Hey, welcome again, Douglas.
Is that a bowling nation? Is it Bulgaria? Is the
Well,
game
it's,
popular in Bulgaria? Be interesting to see.
As soon as Bulgaria comes up, I know who it is now, so yeah, bless him.
Well, John's got another one in there.
Not bad.
Neil's got two options there. He can, I would guess, drawing to the woods, really, isn't it? Yeah, we've got couple of woods to land on, or a perfect draw.
Yeah, there's a couple of nice gaps if he's thinking
Yeah,
of
there's a couple of
pushing
gaps,
it.
but if he's bowling the draw shot, you'd expect him to rest on something or get onto the jab. That's definitely a draw line anyway.
Looks a bit tight.
Weight more than anything, I think, Richard.
Yeah,
Yeah, it needed probably a yard of weight, really, didn't it? A yard to get to the woods anyway.
yeah. Needed to get round the outside blackwood.
Yeah.
Don't look bad.
And John's on fire tonight, isn't he? Three out of three cracking woods there. I don't think Neil will be drawing this. I think Neil will be.
Well,
He ain't got no more
nothing.
woods. Well, I was right then, wasn't I? 3 shots.
Yeah, very good start from John.
And for those of you that tune in regularly and watch, we have got some more live streaming coming up this week, haven't we? I know we've got the men's singles quarterfinals and semi-finals on Saturday, starting from around 10 to 10. Also the ladies semi-finals at the same time. We hope to be streaming some of that. Have we got anything else on this week?
We've got...
No,
That's it.
That's it.
Till the
Still?
17th.
Yeah.
17th of March. We've got open pairs.
And that's on the Tuesday then.
Yeah, I think it's a final actually.
Right.
County final.
Yeah.
Right. And who's that between?
Pete, Ryan. I'll consult my diary.
Right, so here we go, second end.
I'm sure people will be asking why Sandra isn't playing with her redwood.
I was just going to say that. I've just clocked it. She's not bowling with the professionals, is
No,
she? She
that's
normally
right.
bowls with professionals. What are those then? Do you know?
VS's.
Oh, VS's. Yeah.
VS's, yeah.
Yeah, they probably do run a slightly tighter track than the Drake's Pride. Although Drake's Pride would normally, you'd expect them to work on this ring. Neil's playing with Drake's Pride professionals, I believe, isn't he?
Neil's playing with No, he's playing with, let me tell you. He's playing with Drake's Pride Fine Line.
Oh, right. Oh, they're quite a narrow wood, actually, aren't
Quite
they?
narrow,
those?
yeah.
That's unusual for a backhand player, isn't it? Yeah.
There's a good 2 woods from
Yeah, this is what you
Sandra.
sort of expect from Sandra. She's
Yeah.
a very, very consistent draw bowler.
yeah. The one thing John will want from Lee is for her to be up.
Yeah. I haven't really seen a lot of Lee's games, so I can't. I know she plays a lot in the leagues, but she normally plays on the evenings when I'm not here, on the rare occasions that I'm not here.
Yeah, I think she pops down now and then for a bit of practice, but
Yeah.
I don't think she plays as regular as she probably wants to.
Yeah.
All right, Jim.
So Sandra really bowling both hands, isn't she? She's not afraid to switch over, but this is a really, really difficult. There's not a good hand bowl in this direction.
Oh, John likes this.
See, if you're inside the line, that's what happens. They cut across. If you're outside the line, they hang.
Yeah.
You've got to be absolutely on it to get them anywhere near the jack. And the same goes for bowling the ditch hand. For some reason, they want to hang out or cut across the head.
Four-hour drive to nearest bowling club
Blimey.
in Bulgaria. That's well. I think that's a little bit much, isn't it, Darren?
I think I'd be taking up darts or dominoes or
Yeah.
something if I've got to travel 4 hours for every game.
Yeah.
Probably dominoes, not darts, because I'd probably cause somebody an injury if I took up darts. So it looks like at the moment it's possibly 2 shots to Sandra and Neil, but there's still a decent amount of room to get in there. Any decent draw ball will count. And again, John, wow, good effort.
Second wood,
Second
by
ball.
the look of it.
And will he stick with that hand? I would say probably. We might even play it a yard heavy to try and ping the wood out.
I think the one thing they've got to be careful of is if Sandra does hit the mark running, Neil's not frightened to try and take one or two
No.
woods out.
No?
So John would need to.
Well, obviously,
John and Lee would need to get a couple of woods
yeah.
into.
Well, obviously Neil's got last wood this end, hasn't he? So you might find if that is their only wood in their head, Neil might just have a little run at that to turn it over to take it out. I'm pretty sure John's going to hit the mark somewhere.
John likes this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's very unlucky.
Probably all over it with a miss. On weight anyway.
Yeah.
Not much room to get in there now on a draw. I think John's got to be playing a tight line or trying to move, use the woods that are in the head to get something. And I'm guessing Neil's just going to protect the head, is he? Well,
Yeah, it's a good
well,
wood.
that's an excellent wood.
I wouldn't be surprised if John played a little bit of weight here.
I think he'll probably bowl a tight line. It's going to be very hard to get rid of both of those woods.
I'll tell you one thing that happened yesterday with Simon Schultz, and that was he played 2 or 3 running woods, not excessive, but he pushed on the front wood, which was about 2.5 foot down, and he's carried on afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, he got a little bit of topspin,
Yeah.
whatever you like to call it,
Yeah.
and he played it ever so well,
Yeah.
ever so well. And this is the thing with the top players.
Yeah.
They pick up on.
Well, Johnny's a very good player at reading the shots, and he's not afraid to play the shots whatever way he's got to play. Has he got a result there? It depends whether his wood's gone off or not. I think there's still probably a couple down. Oh no, he could have shot wood here. His wood has stayed on the green. And whether he was playing that or not, you've got to admire it. He got a result.
Yeah.
He hit the target.
Yeah, I think he's down.
It's close, that is, isn't it? It's a close call.
Well, yeah, I suppose it is, because there's the tee, so he's got to be near a couple of yards.
I'd probably just about have a favour there for John, but it's very difficult when they've got to measure out of the ditch, because obviously the measures are got to come up over the bank and.
That's right, over the corner at the edge of the ditch, yeah.
But I think that the angle probably favours John's wood with the measure, because the measure
Yeah, Sander calling Neil on the backhand.
Yeah, he's just got really getting on weight, hasn't he? And this is a good effort, you know.
Yes, he's inside.
What a lovely ball that is.
Yeah.
What a great ball. Well, is John going to take the wood out, do you think? Or is he going to try and beat it on a draw?
I think he'll try and beat it on a draw. If he can roll up to it, even better.
But if he can roll up to it and just land on it and turn it over, it's in the ditch, isn't it?
It's all about what happens with his wood.
Yeah, but I think if that wood does go, I've got a feeling John will then be holding.
He won't be far off.
It looks like that's a draw. He's looking to draw it by the looks. Has he got the weight?
Don't think he has.
He's on a cracking line. Don't think that's. Yeah. He needed probably a yard and a half there on the weight, maybe a couple. I think Sandra's asking him to play a bit of weight into those to try and bring them into the counts. I think he's into something. No, he's through. Has he drawn another one here?
Yeah, well bowled.
Has he drawn another one here?
Yes.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, well bowled.
Yeah, good bowling.
Yeah, that was a funny sort of a head, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 shots. A bit of banter there about the. Yeah. Right, so what we've got this end. Keeping the jack length fairly long. Around about 31 metres. Yeah, the mat's up about a spot and a half. Good start from Sandra. Pretty much dead weight on the forehand. He opted to follow it down.
Just say welcome to Ian Taylor. I take it that's, is that Ian from Hewell? A good line from Lee, just a little bit short.
Yeah.
I think John would like him a couple of foot through if
You
anything.
ideally want to be reaching the head, don't you?
Yeah.
But
I think it gives John more options, doesn't it? Well, it gives everybody more options, I think.
I mean, the only thing that might do, it might put Sandra off trying to draw on the backhand.
Yeah.
Should she choose, she'll probably, stick with the forehand because of the. Although it actually isn't on the draw line off the mat, it probably. Well. Yeah. Well, that's got a result there.
Yeah.
Very good weight. Just slightly tight line, but finished well for shot ball.
John will be happy with that.
It doesn't look a bad line for a VS, but even that's cut across, look. Yeah. Sandra won't be too happy with that.
The thing is, when she bowls that hand going that way, she'd probably prefer her redwoods
Yeah.
than DPs.
But then look at all of those woods on the forehand have cut across.
Yeah.
And it's not because, well, obviously they are bowling their own green, but off the mat it would probably be what you'd expect the green to, the woods to do.
Yeah, Sandra needs to. Yeah, she's gone wider this time.
Yeah, they're sending them out, but I still wouldn't be surprised if that kicked across. It's
Just a little bit heavy, I think.
yeah. In a good place there, a yard behind the jack.
Right, John asking Lee to change her hand.
Yeah. Telling her make sure she's not short. Use the woods that are around the head.
And if she's here, this is very good.
Yeah. He did another yard on it, really.
Yeah.
Even a yard and a half would have probably got them a result, but they're all lying well, those woods. They've completely blocked the one hand off. Neil's really got to come on the forehand and either try and get the perfect draw or draw onto the shot ball or drag the jack through, maybe. But I think he'll be going for the perfect draw.
Big crowd down there, mate. Can you come down here? Easy running. Just inside your ball.
I think.
I'll tell you what, that's in a good place. John will have to push those black balls across to block things out, I think.
I think John's got to. Yeah, I think John's got to certainly beat that wood, because Neil is well capable of just kissing that jack and getting it back. He's an exceptional draw bowler.
Yeah, I think John will be looking to push one of the blackwoods in front of the jack,
Yeah, well,
something like that.
but again, he can afford to be playing into them, really, into the front woods or into the woods that are just behind.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, has he got enough on them to move things? No, not quite.
Not quite, no. It's an interesting situation, isn't it, really, this?
Yeah,
One trying to push over to cover a little bit, and the other wants to pick the jack up.
yeah.
Neil, probably a little bit wide here. Yeah.
I don't think he'd be too disappointed with where it's finished because he's got the option there to be a little bit more positive, especially if they're currently holding. I'm not sure if they're holding or if they're one down. Well, Ian, just to answer your query regarding the carpet is being turned in the summer and we're having new underlay, and there is no doubting that will change how the rinks run. I should imagine there'll probably be a yard tighter and there may not be quite as much swing on the woods, but hopefully there'll be a little bit more consistency across all 6 rinks, because individually every rink is bowling differently at the moment.
Well,
Yeah,
Neil.
good ball there from Neil. I think he was probably hoping to bowl a yard more on that, just to drag the jack. But he bowled the tight line and he managed, he got a result off the woods that were around the head anyway. So. And I think John's really just got to go for he's either got to whack it or go for the perfect draw, because I think, was it 2 down, do you think? Or?
Just the one, I think. I think that Blackwood might be.
Yeah, perfect draw shot then, that's what he'll go for. He's certainly on a good line for the quantums.
Yeah, it's coming round very nice.
Is he reaching?
Oh,
Wow. That's
so
a
unlucky.
great effort, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't think it's quite done enough, but so what's Neil going to do here then, Richard? Is he going to play the perfect draw, or is he going to be more aggressive and try and move that jack back, get it behind?
Well, I think he
they've
can
got
afford.
3 backwards, haven't they?
I think he can afford to be aggressive, because if he is a little bit tight, he can come off his wood and back onto the jack.
Half a yard on a tight line. I mean, yeah.
Well,
He's left it on the mat, hasn't he?
well, that is unusual.
He was playing that slightly tight line, but he needed probably a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards on that to drag it or get onto the woods. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if John actually drew this, because if you're giving too much room, John will get in.
It's just gone a little bit higher, I think.
I think this will come back nice. They've got a big finish on these, have. If it's all on his weight, see?
Tell you what,
I'll tell you what,
that's unlucky.
punish there. That certainly wasn't a bad effort at all. 2 down, I believe.
Yeah, deserved a little bit better there. If he is 2 down, I don't think he deserved to be 2. But bloody good effort.
Is whack a technical term?
Well, it depends what part of the country you come from.
In my world, it's a very technical term, and it's got more than one meaning.
Yeah. Yes, I think Kevin, you can take that as and how. Oh, just the one then, Darren.
So Sandra bowling her forehand, ditch hand. Very, very tricky that hand is. I'd probably have a slight preference for bowling on the other hand coming this way. But again, it's down to what wood you bowl with and how comfortable you are bowling to the ditch. Normally with most woods you've got to be bowling probably within 6 to 8 inches of the edge of the ditch to get a good finish on the wood.
A little bit short there from Lee.
Yep.
I'm sure she'll grow into the game.
Yeah, that's a nice bowl from Sandra. Still cut across.
Oh,
Yeah, a bit loose there, Neil. Lee with the first two woods. John wanted to get tightening that up a little bit. He's going to want something within the big dustbin lid, as we say, around the jack.
mind you, at the moment, Sandra doesn't seem to be
No, they're not.
doing what Sandra does best.
Yeah, they're not being punished too hard, are they, for having loose bowls? I mean, Sandra's nearest bowl is a yard away. There's still plenty of room to get in there. And again, Lee's, well, it's dead weight. It's just so hard finding that green down that hand. And that is also, that's another tight line there from Sandra.
Yeah, I wonder if she's bowling them as if she's using her DPs.
Maybe. But as I say, if you don't hit it bang on, this is exactly what happens.
Oh,
And you try and give it that little bit of extra green and
in the ditch.
you're in the ditch.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not quite sure who's holding shot there, Richard.
I think
Just
it's a
about
yellow.
one to nil.
I think they did call one for the
I
yellow.
think, yeah, just the back wood, I would say, is probably just about
Yeah.
shot wood, isn't it?
It's whether that wood behind is crept in.
I think,
But,
has Neil just put his wood in the ditch? Yeah. I'll be very surprised if Johnny's an holding shot wood once he's bowled this. There's 2.5 foot there to get in, and for John, that's loads of room.
well. Yeah, it just hadn't got there. Line was good.
Wow, there you go.
4 foot. Neil's just pulled up behind two of Sandra's woods.
This looks better from John.
Much better.
Definitely on the right line to get back to the jack. Look at that, he couldn't have sent that out any further. And again, it's still kicked across the head.
Shot wood.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking across some of the rinks, there's quite a few bowlers have
Neil's lost another wood there.
already played
well.
one today, so they're probably getting matches in that they need to. League matches, because I think Potters is on next week. Is it next week or
What's that, sorry?
Potters?
I think
it's on next week,
I think
yeah.
a lot of them are going to Potters, but also a lot of games have got to be played
That's what I'm saying. I wonder
by club competitions. I think got to be played by the 16th, most of them.
So hopefully players are getting the games sorted and booked up. I think there are a few that are outstanding, but
Yeah, we've got a couple of league matches to fulfil, Friday night games. But there's a lot happening at the moment with county comps and club comps, as well as the leagues. So, very hard to get hold of a rink at the moment.
well, I don't know what John's done that for.
No. I don't think that was intentional. My God, and is that 3 woods he's put in the ditch now?
Well,
Well, Neil. That's unheard of, isn't it, from Neil? He's normally so
so precise.
precise.
Yeah. Yes, he certainly is.
I think Sandra will be chuntering a little bit under her breath there. But
Yeah, 'cause I mean, as you said, these woods are pretty.
they're not. Yeah,
You
they're
don't
not.
have to go too far.
No,
out.
no.
So,
He could probably bowl within a foot of the edge of the ditch to get them to come back to where he needs them to on a mark of this length. John's happy with this
playing for
one.
this black wood, isn't he? Just under. That's what he was playing for, I think. Oh, Sandra's looking to the measure, so.
One shot to John and Lee. So score currently 4-3 after
4 ends.
4 ends.
It'll be 4 ends, won't it?
So Lee keeping the mats a couple of spots up. They're playing a pretty consistent length, aren't they, at the moment?
Yeah.
Sort of 29 to 31 metres on average. A slightly shorter mark this time. Probably around about 27, 28 metres.
So let's see how Lee.
Yeah, let's look. Right. Yeah.
No, I thought I'd be sitting
Yeah.
there. You might have.
Right, so what we've got here then is Lee's gone through, what, 4 feet or so on a
Yes.
tight line. Sandra's bowled the ditch side on the backhand and she's pretty much nailed it with the first bowl. She'll be happy with that. She's in a very good position there.
It's always horrible when you can't see the jack in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a problem I have very often.
Yeah, well done, Lee. John will be happy about that.
Yeah, that's a good adjustment. Very good adjustment.
You can see what he's bowling to now. It's just a little bit heavy.
Yeah, it's in the game there. Lee's coming down on a tight line there. Maybe
She's
it's
got the
intent.
weight.
Well, if she's trying to get onto the wood, it's... Well, that helped, didn't it? What are they, VSs, did you say?
VSs,
yeah,
Victor,
okay,
yeah.
that would explain it. There just seem to be 2 lines people can bowl with the VSs. They can send them out and bowl that slightly narrower line. They do seem to hold the line quite well.
I think you know that does. It don't matter what bowls you have.
Yeah.
It is a delivery. If people
Well-
just deliver it differently.
As you know, I've had numerous sets of bowls over the years. I'm still yet to find a set that work.
The work.
I even had the woods I'm bowling at the moment. I even had them stamped recently by Morris at Persia Bowls, and they still don't work.
But he says they're all right.
Yeah, well, it's his word against mine.
Are you listening, Morris?
Have you getting any rugby on that?
Yeah.
Is this a county?
Yes, county pairs.
Mixed pairs. Oh, that might just have fell in.
Yeah, I'll see you soon, Simon. You take care, mate. Thanks for your remark, Paul. That's we're doing our best to promote the game that we love so much. Well, John's having a trundle down here, and he's close. He's close. Out of rink. They've got to replay that, haven't they?
Yeah.
No respots in this game. Not like the club games and the club comps. If you get that jack out of rink to the size, it's the end has to be replayed. And they've chosen to replay from the end where they've just started from.
Yeah, Paul, with this live streaming, it's not easy to get up and going. I mean, we've got Helen who does this here for us, and at Solihull.
Have you read his last comment?
And
The committee?
yeah, and yeah, it can't be easy. I mean, you have to have a committee that
Yeah,
wants to go ahead with these things.
yeah.
And you need them to sort of go out their way to try and help the likes
Yeah.
of you, Helen,
Well, at the end of
Ron
the day,
Boyce and all the rest of them.
we're in 2025 now. The game's got to move forward as other sports, and you've got to promote the game. If you want to bring new people into the game, you've got to get it out there. People have got to see it. You've got to promote it. You've got to bring colour in the game, and try and make it as watchable as possible for anybody that might be interested. And for those clubs that haven't got the foresight to see that, then you know,
Just ask
you might be regretting it in a few years' time, and all of a sudden you haven't got the members that you.
ask a question to Paul Hewitt. Who is your club? you know,
Madeira or something like that down in Devon. I think he plays for.
don't know. If you're listening, Paul, just give us a wire on your what your club's name is.
Anyway, back to the game. It looks like Lee's just about holding shot there. It looks, well, John's asked Lee to come on the difficult hand, on the forehand. I'm surprised at that, really, Richard. I'd have thought he'd have got to stick with the.
Well, it looks good, so he's done the
Yeah,
right thing.
I think more through fortune than.
Yeah, pity she couldn't pick it up full.
I think the ditch hand is pretty much blocked off now on a draw. Sandra's adjusted, bowled the forehand, bowled that very well. That's a very good wood down there.
Yeah.
That's a very tricky hand to bowl. I'm not sure that's going to hold.
Oh, it's just going to go, I think.
Yeah. Right, was very good.
See, also, Lee, even though she's bowling vectors, the same as Sandra, are a lot smaller, which...
Yeah, and also are they possibly older vectors? I mean, they're black. They often say the black woods work differently to the coloured woods. Slight difference in density or composite, I'm not sure.
So it looks like 1-2 Neil
Yeah.
Smith
Yeah, as it
and
stands.
Sandra.
It's looking a little bit tight again, that is, Richard.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit tired.
Yeah, again, decent weight, but
Yeah, just needed a bit more height.
you just got to have that confidence to give him that extra little bit of a kick out to
Yeah.
get him to come back to the centre. Yeah, that's taken a very similar line to Lee's bowl, hasn't it? So it'd be interesting to see what this does. Yeah, well, it's a good ball.
Oh yeah, could be 2 there. All right, Paul, thank you very much for the update on that. Yeah, I have heard of Vexonia in Exeter, yeah.
Looks like John's going for a draw shot here. From his stance. Yeah, he's going for the draw or the reaching draw.
Well, he's not far off.
He's just got to rest the wood, I think, and he
Well
has.
bowled,
That's a lovely
superb.
ball, that is, John.
Yeah. Yeah, John Cracknell, very, very good at what he does.
Yeah, he's a very experienced player. He's been playing a number of years.
We just got to get him out of that crown green bowling situation, haven't we?
I think his game's gone up another level since he took that on 10 years ago or whenever it was.
With Crown Green.
Nothing wrong with Crown Green at all. It's a great
Big,
game.
you can carry a beer on the green.
And we
Which
do.
rink is that on?
We're on rink 1 here.
Neil sent this out. Just a little bit high.
Yeah. Well, it's come back though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you've got to do on that hand. You've got to send them out. I mean, that's quite a narrow wood, that is.
In the ditch.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
it
track,
is, it
the
is,
track wasn't
right.
bad. It's just that
Yeah.
is, you know, if he takes 2 yards off that, he's going to be there or thereabouts with his next ball.
Yeah, John will be looking I would imagine be looking for this outside
Yeah.
yellow wood.
But I'm guessing Neil's trying there again to run into the head and either get onto the woods or drag that jack.
Yeah.
So that's probably the reason why he's gone sailing through. He's just missed the green. And this is another draw line, and he's on a very good line here, John. And that's it's in a good spot there. That probably sort of restricts Neil to the draw, if you like, or get a small tickle on the jack just to get it between the yellow woods. But anything more than that, and the jack's going to be going right to where John's just put his last one ball. He's definitely on a tighter track this time, Richard.
Yes. Is he up there?
He's up, but it's just gone early, hasn't it? Well, no, he wasn't up. 2 foot short. He needed another, 3 foot, 4, 3.5,
I
4
think
foot.
John's probably happy to see that covered a bit.
I think John will be happy to take a one. I think if John can keep reeling the ends off, that's all you've got to do in this game. Anything more than a one is a bonus.
He's inside again, onto
He
Neil's.
might get an edge here.
Interesting.
Neil's got to just draw this. There's room to get in with a decent draw shot. He wasn't too far away with his last ball. He's only going to find half a yard on weight. And I think he's on a very good track in. No, he's not here again. Struggling, isn't he? He's struggling.
Yes, we're finding just lately, Paul, that a lot of crown green bowlers are taking up the mantle on the flat, aren't they?
Yeah, well, a lot of us crowners play the flat in the winter so we can keep our arm in, and it's a different challenge, flat is to crown, obviously. They are in many ways very different games.
He's not made it very easy for Neil.
I think Neil's only one down, and again, got to be a draw shot on the forehand, surely. If he gets a tickle on the jack and moves it back 6 inches, then that's a bonus.
Don't look as if he's...
It's definitely tight. He's not up again. Wow.
Yeah, very unusual for Neil.
I've not seen this from Neil in the time. All the times whenever I've played against him, he's mullered me. He's always nailed the jack when he needed to. Very consistent. I'm sure he'll get his act together before too long. The score now 5-3 to John and Lee. Still early days yet. Still a long way to go. Keeping the length similar. Well, that's probably what, maybe 31 metres. The mat is actually about three spots up. So.
And Lee's turned her hand this time. Yeah, I think John likes this one.
That's a
lot better.
perfect lead bowl. Nice touch.
Yeah, I think because the whole green is used on crown green, it's far too difficult to stream it, really, isn't it?
There is streaming.
They do stream
I
the.
think
They do it from a great height.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. And it's.
I would imagine I just envisage someone with a camera on the shoulder.
It's very difficult to stream crown green in an effective way. But it's yeah.
Oh, this is two good woods from Lee, one good one from Sandra.
I think Neil's asking her to be playing into the head here.
Yeah, change the head about a little bit.
Not to whack the head, but just to get get in amongst them to perhaps try and open it up a touch. And well, that's probably decent weight. No, yeah, I think probably Neil asking her just to play a yard of weight instead of 3 yards.
Right, Lee, you just need another 2 foot of weight.
Yeah, John. We just had a question here where John Cracknell bowls his crown green. He currently plays out of Coombs Wood in Halzone along with myself. He's not. I understand he's not going to be playing as much crown green this season as he has on previous seasons because of other commitments. But he started around about 2015 at Summers's social club in Halzone, which was a small 4-ender, and then he moved on and had a few seasons at Woodman Saltwells, which was another small 4-ender, and in the last couple of years he's been at Coombs Wood, which is quite a large crown green, a true proper crown green, a very good green, very good club.
Well, that's unusual. Sandra putting one in the ditch and one well wide. It's very unusual for Sandra.
Yeah, and John's asked now, they're just trying to protect the head now, aren't they, by the looks of it?
Well, it gives John the chance to play what he wants to play, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
well, if Neil happens to get in, he can afford to whack it. So, well, yeah, see that?
Yeah, very unusual, that is. Very unusual.
I suppose really that hand was the right hand to bowl it, looking at where the woods are around the jack.
Yes.
But unfortunately, that is also, that's probably the trickiest of the 4 hands going up and down to bowl, whether it's a draw shot or a running bowl. It's very, very unpredictable, that side of the green coming up. Bit easier bowling back down for some reason.
Yeah, definitely.
But whether it's because we've got some damage or... thanks for that, Harry. You obviously know it well.
Yeah, weight's good there from John, just a little bit wide.
It wouldn't surprise me, if John didn't have a little punt at that. Maybe get the split. Okay, both woods might go, but if they've got other woods in or around the head.
Oh.
Well, this is better from Neil. Yeah, that's a good bowl. Still not good enough to behold his shot, I don't think. John's got to play the perfect draw shot, I think, there. I think, he can bowl either hand, but he's bowling the more open hand, although it's arguably the trickier hand. He's got
He's high up, so...
He's got it out on a good line there. That should come back a treat now.
Probably just a bit racy.
Yeah.
Whack it. Kevin, this is a cultured game.
So what's John going to do this time? Perfect draw? Got to be, hasn't it?
Well, if he's just a little bit tight, he'll be pushing the yellow. It's better it hits that red, but,
I wonder if Neil's going to be whacking those front balls, or not necessarily whacking them, but playing weight into them, to try and get that chap back to where his last wood's just finished. Maybe John will just try and cover that. It's going to be a damn good draw shot to get in. He's got the perfect green again, you know.
Did have a well,
Yeah, I think ideally he wanted to be in front of that wood, not
yeah,
behind it.
without a doubt. Yeah.
Um,
Would have been better for him, yeah. Right, we'll see if Neil's going to start doing the business.
and I think he'll be coming on his backhand with a couple of yards to try and move those front balls. Is it first to 25 we've just had?
No,
No.
Douglas, it's
18
it's
ends.
18 ends or 3.5 hours.
Yes.
It's 18 ends or 3.5 hours. So that was unlucky from Neil,
Yeah, not a bad effort.
trying to push the yellow or the red bowl up.
Well, it's still only one down.
Yeah,
He'll probably settle for that this end. Just the way the woods were lying, with only that one hand open, which is, as I keep saying, the tricky hand. He'll probably settle if they're just one down.
I
at the end
think
of
John's took a bit of weight out of this, probably too much.
this. He may well be that he's covering that running shot. He's not going to be covering with that.
I think he just tried to take the weight out from his last wood.
Yeah, Sandra's calling him just to try and play into those front woods to try and get them onto the jack.
Yeah, we have to apologise. The players don't do this on purpose. They get so involved with what they do.
Yeah, not a bad effort from Neil. It's another one to John and Lee, so nice little 3-shot lead now
Yeah.
after 6 ends.
Yeah.
Relatively low scoring game at the moment. So. Yeah, and that's again probably 3 or 4 spots up. Jack on the tee. Or just shy of the tee. So,
Yeah, Lee seems quite happy to bowl.
yeah, 29-ish, 29.5 metres. Bowling that forehand.
Just running.
Yeah. Nearly every ball she's sent on that forehand has finished on the same line, hasn't it? Just a foot or so off centre.
She's hit the line near as damn it.
Yeah.
It's just a bit too much.
Yeah, Sandra's got some good green on this, so it wouldn't surprise me if this didn't finish jack high on land. Yeah, that's a lovely bowl. Much tighter line again from Lee. That's
Yeah,
going to be probably
and,
closer to the respot on the right hand side. Yeah, a bit of both really there.
Yeah.
Yard and a half maybe on weight and a touch of green. Maybe a couple of yards allowing for the extra green. This is more like what you'd expect from Sandra.
I think John will be happy though, because I think he's looking at that thinking he's got a bit of room to get in if they're like that.
Yeah, definitely. Again, you can play that reach and draw shot, can't you? You're not really necessarily drawing to the jack, you're almost drawing to the backwood, aren't you?
Yeah.
To hope to land on them and perhaps fall over, fall in.
Well, if it's one full,
It's through the gap. Through the gap.
I'll tell you.
She needs
how
bigger
often
woods.
do we do that? Yeah, that is. Well, we say so unlucky, but holes for bowls. That's what they say. But yeah, I think quietly John will be quite happy with that.
Definitely got a better green on this one, Lee has.
Yeah,
All really down to the white now. You see, even that's cut through, hasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. White was pretty good. Only a foot or so through.
You can look at that two ways. You could just have done with a little bit higher, and she'd have run into the back bowls. A little bit tighter, and it's just gone through the gap.
It is proving very difficult to get them on the jack, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean nobody's really nobody's really nailed it, have they? John's played a couple of good bowls, and Neil a couple. But
They're certainly more capable of
better.
much better. But as I say, the conditions out there probably aren't the easiest. Not a bad effort from John.
Well, the line's there.
Yeah, probably a yard on white, that's all.
Yeah. Right, let's see if Neil's got his mojo back.
Let's see if we get, yeah. The Waterloo, eh? Eh, with the days, I believe that's gone now, the Waterloo.
Right, yeah, it has. Yeah, it's been dug up or something like
Yeah.
that. Neil's just had a little toucher, got shot wood. So he'll be happier with that, I think.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
This is a better line from John.
Just ran out, I believe.
I wonder whether John might change his hand, you know.
Well, coming this way, I would probably favour the ditch side, and then bowling back up. I'd favour the other hand.
I mean, if John comes to ditch side now, he's got his own to roll off.
He's just got to draw into the pack, hasn't he?
Yeah.
To be fair, if he draws into the pack, he's probably going to come away with shot.
Yeah. And he probably feels he's got the line. It's just his weight, really.
Just a tad heavy, I believe. He's coming down to have a look, see what his options are. They've got a nice group of woods there, Neil and Sandra. Now John's got to think very carefully about what he does here, because if John doesn't get one in or around, Neil may have a shot there to take John's wood away.
Definitely two there.
John's nearest wood away, which is just in front of where Neil stood, to the right hand side of the jack there, next to the orange bowl. If John doesn't get one in amongst them, Neil would have a shot there to play, to get John's wood out and perhaps bring the other woods into the count. If he got it right, he could take both the blue and the nearest black wood out, and they'd be holding 4 or 5 shots.
He's sticking with his what he's been bowling.
But I think John's well aware of that.
Yeah. It looks good line.
He's liking it. He's liking that a lot. What a great ball that is. Is it shot? Maybe. Can't really tell from this angle. Well, Neil and Sandra are having a good look now at the head.
I think they're taking it, Neil and Sandra.
Yeah, one to Sandra and Neil. That's. Now, it'd be interesting to see what she does with the mat here, whether they decide to change it or whether they're going to stick with it. Score now 6-4 after 7 ends. So, what's she going to do? Taking the mat up a little bit further this time.
Yeah, just changing the, what is it, topography. You're learning things here, and you're like,
if it finishes with that fee, then
yeah.
So this time, I think we're around about the 28 metres, maybe 29 metre mark. The full length, I believe, is 33 on this green, isn't it, Richard? Is it 31 or 33?
31, I thought it was.
30, maybe it's 31.
I thought it was 30, yeah.
In which case, all the information I've been relaying in regards to the length of the jack has been out by about 2 or 3 metres all through the game. But I'm a plumber, so we're allowed to be out by 2 or 3 metres whenever we measure up.
Oh, this looks...
Good start from Sandra,
looks pretty good,
and a good reply here from Lee. Yeah, that's a good start. Both ladies getting a good lead in there. Advantage Lee and John at the moment. I think they realise that this is the hand really that they need to be bowling coming back up. By no means an easy hand, but it's certainly easier than the other hand. Oh, that's a great reply there from Sandra.
Yeah.
Probably just about shot, I would say.
That's good height. That
Just
not got the weight, has she?
Yeah. Going well again here, Sandra. Neil's liking it. Oh, lovely bowling.
Yeah.
Lovely bowling.
That's what we expect, isn't it, really, from Sandra?
Yeah, once she gets into it, then she's very, very good.
Oh, this looks better. This looks better from Lee.
Just going to sail through, I think, isn't it? But you know, John will be happy to have one behind. That might give him options as the head builds up.
Yeah.
That looks a little bit tight from Sandra to me. Yeah, yard away, and it'd have been. I'm guessing maybe she was hoping to perhaps get up to that jack and just get a little tickle on it, get it back to the woods.
That looks a bit tight to me as well.
Yeah, needs to be yard
Right,
heavy on that
yeah.
line, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so at the moment it's advantage Neil and Sandra.
Yeah, and I think it's cut the other hand off now, hasn't it, really?
Yeah. I think Neil would like to just draw that jack and just drag it through a foot,
Yeah.
get it alongside their two yellow bowls.
Mind you, if he does take it through a foot
Well,
or
if
so,
he can drag it through,
John will probably, his eyes will light up
Yeah.
looking at the target.
but Neil will have a touching bowl
Yeah.
in the game. So I think he got a little bit too much green on that.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at Neil today.
I think he'd got the perfect weight to drag it through if he'd got the line right.
I mean, normally we see him putting it within 18 inches at least of the jack, don't we?
Yeah,
You know, he's-
normally if he's playing that half a yard through as well, he can normally bowl those woods with his eyes closed, and you know he'll hit as many as he misses. You could almost argue John's got the same shot to play, really.
Yeah, that's only a draw.
Dead draw or again drag it, and just because if you're just dragging it, you're going to run with it if you know, unless you're playing really heavy.
Well, he's got a good line. I'll tell you what, he's got a very good line.
It's just not going to get there, is it? He'll be disappointed with that.
Plus, it's in his way a little bit as well. If he
Yeah,
just
that's what I mean. It's going to limit his options. I don't think he's going to be playing weight anyway, because they've only got one wood behind the head anyway. So really, the odds probably against him if he gets it.
this is better from Neil. Well, I say that, but it's died.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have been too far away with a miss.
Yeah. It's going to be looking to just skirt his, I think. Half a dozen inches. This looks good, Darren.
Good effort here, John.
Yeah, he's... Oh!
That's made it even more tricky for him to get to it now. I still think John can get to it on a perfect draw. He's got to give it that extra green to get round the woods rather than trying to bowl between them. And as I say, with the quantums, they will come back on that hand with good weight. No, Neil's the yard short again. Now then, can John find that perfect draw shot, or is he going to try and turn his own wood over?
Yeah, I don't think he's got to push it too far.
It needs to go over a couple of rolls, I would say.
Yeah. I think he's just asked Lee the question.
Well, he's on a tight line, so he must be playing that yard of weight. Tell you what, he might be through. No, he might have done it. I don't think it has.
No. Not made it easy for Neil.
Yeah, Sandra just telling him to bowl. If he gets good weight on a wide line, he can finish it probably a foot away from the jack on jack eye, and it'll be good enough to count. And he's certainly got that extra bit of green on it. So
Yeah.
if he's got perfect weight here, he's in for 2.
Don't think he's here.
No. Yeah, 2 yards on that would have probably been enough to count. And what's John going to do now? Is he going to try and promote his own woods again, or is he going to play that perfect draw?
Well, I think he's coming outside that red wood, whatever happens. I mean, really, you can afford to pump it a little bit because he's got 3 or 4 thirds. You know, it ain't as if he's going to go more than 2 down, is it?
Well, it depends. If he's thumping it and the jack moves back, mind you, even so, they've only got 1 at the back, but it's
Yeah.
just splitting the other woods. So
Yeah.
I think he's playing. He's trying to get. He's going for the perfect draw, I think. Yeah, he's going for the perfect draw, and there is room to get in. And Johnny's certainly capable of producing the shot.
Well. Oh,
I think. Yeah, if he'd have got around that wood, he would have been shot.
I went round the last Monday.
I mean, look here.
measure.
I thought we were going to get the measures out.
Oh, I didn't walk. I should walk. Yeah. 1.84.
Sandra's got balls glow in the dark. Yeah, I think you certainly got to be brave bowling with them woods and have confidence in your game.
What's that?
'Cause with the bright yellow woods, because if you have a bad game, there's no hiding, is there?
Well, you can say that about Neil's bright orange ones as
Yeah,
well,
it's true.
really. You know,
I
they
think
do.
I'm going to get myself a bit of some green woods to match the carpet, Richard. That way,
Yeah.
easier to camouflage them.
2.
2 shots, Sandra and Neil. Oh. 1 shot, Sandra and Neil. 1 shot. 5-6 after 7 ends, or 6-5 after 7 ends. 5-6 to the mat.
So, very close.
So I think the jack's right back this time. Jack on the tee. And is she going full length this time, just to stretch it that extra little bit?
Just a metre short.
It's almost a full mark. So that's either going to be 30.5 metres or 32.5 metres, isn't it, Richard?
Yeah.
We really
Yeah,
must
all right.
find out how long our rings are.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get some whitewash and put it on the side of the rings.
I think that's
Measure
why
them
I've been
down.
struggling all these years, you know. I don't know how far I've got to bowl, 'cause I don't know how long the rink is. I've been bowling to a 33 metre rink and he's 31,
One,
so there
yeah.
you go. First bowl there is a...
Just got stuck in the ditch, ain't you, a couple of times? That's the trouble. Oh, that's a bit tight from Lee. A bit loose.
Okay. That's, yeah, that's, well, I can't, very poor first bowl. Very,
A good weight from Sandra.
yeah, that's where you want your woods to be. You want them to be there or closer, don't you, really, ideally, as a lead. You always want to be within, I don't know, 2.5 feet, 2 feet of the jack.
Oh, this is better height from Lee.
Yeah.
Well,
A little bit
she
fortunate
did
there.
get away with it. That was
Yeah.
a little bit heavy. But as we say, if you got the right line and you're heavy, you know,
Well, she'd been
It's-
bowling that tight line all through, and
Yeah.
that time she's happened to
Get
bowl
there.
that yard heavy and,
Yeah.
and pick the jack up on the way.
I mean, if you're bowling wide, you ain't going to pick it up, are you? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And if you do get it pretty much on the line, then
Good reply from Sandra.
yeah.
Shot bowl here. Maybe. I think Leeswood might have just fallen back in to count.
Yeah.
A nice bit of advertising
Yeah.
there for whoever that is.
This is coming round well.
Oh, Lee, that's a lovely effort. John will be happy with that. That's in a good position there.
Yeah, I think Neil will say much as the same as the last wood, really.
Yeah. He wants to make sure she's not short of the head, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Use the woods around the head if necessary.
Looks a little bit wide, but
Yeah, it's the sort of weight that Neil wanted, but he's just just skipped through the head on a slighter line. That might have picked something up and got him for shot.
stayed on the island by the look of it anyway.
It's certainly looking tight again, Lee, but I know the jack's been moved, so maybe it is a good line. Yeah,
Well,
could be.
it's given John options. How's Neil going to look at this ditch side, do you think?
I've got a feeling John will... I think it all depends what Neil does with his first wood. I think John will be perhaps drawing with the first bowl, and then he'll see how the head lies after the first 2 or 3 woods have come up. If he wants to then play an adventurous shot, he might go for it if there's a few shots to be had.
I'm wondering if Neil's sort of a little bit wary of the ditch side now.
Well, you certainly don't really want to be bowling ditch side now unless you're playing into the head with weight.
I've never known him
No.
bowl like that, you know. That's very, very unlike Neil.
I know I've played Neil on a few occasions in like county singles and things, and I can't ever remember him bowling woods like that when he's played against me. Message here off Simon Perusa. Apparently our green is 36.5 metres, so a full mark is 32.5. So I wasn't far off when I said 33. What did you say, 31? Yeah, so I was closer than you. So what do you know, Richard?
Well, I know more than some people, but not as much as others. Oh, Neil. Well, Darren, I'm really surprised.
John's just going to be playing the drawing game now, and if he can drag that jack back foot a foot, that's a bonus, isn't it? It could bring the other woods into the camp.
Well, he's got 2 alternatives, hasn't he?
He's bowled the perfect draw, hasn't he?
If he's a little bit heavy and pushes the yellow as well.
Well, he might save that for his last bowl, because I think he's got last wood, hasn't he?
Could be.
If Neil don't get in the head, I'm sure that's what John will be doing. Hi Anne, yep, you're absolutely right. I'll be playing Sandra at the end of the month in the first round of the Open Singles. I'm looking forward to it. I've played against Sandra before, never beat her, but I've had some very enjoyable games against her, so it'll be a pleasure to lose to her. John's coming.
Oh, don't look as if you're here, John.
No. Okay, that's a bit un-John-like, isn't it?
Yeah. He was definitely not as small as he went past the camera.
No. I'm just trying to see. I'm wondering if Neil's wing bowl on the right-hand side there is enough to stop those other backwards from coming into the catch. Should John try and play the yellow wood out? Well, this is going to change. This is going to change the end anyway.
Oh, it's a lot better from Neil. That's probably
John's going to. If John can see a gap there, he's going to come down the middle of that. If he gets it right, he's got the wood out or the jack in the ditch, and then anything can happen there.
Well, he's thinking it. He's thinking about it.
John looking at the options there. Certainly isn't easy to get to. I think he's really gonna whack it, as they say. If he's got to come with a lot of weight there to
I
get
think
to it.
he's going to draw.
Think so? Yeah, you're right, Richard. That's no, it's controlled weight, isn't it? He's on a tight line. I think he's just playing that reach and draw shot.
Yeah, there though.
That's yeah, good effort, great effort. Very hard to get to where the woods were lying. I think that's one shot to Sandra. Yeah, Sandra and Neil. 6 across after 9 ends. So we're halfway through the game, all square. So
Yeah, no big scores yet.
no,
But
and that might be the difference between who wins and loses this.
yeah.
One end, one big score.
Well, we always say, don't we? If you can keep it down to ones, you're always in with a good shout.
Yeah.
It's when you get the big numbers away that problems arise.
Well, if you know if you can keep it down to ones, you're only going to lose 18-0. Yeah, so this time the mat's up three or four spots. So what's that now?
Hey?
Are we looking at, what's that, 28, 27 metres, 27 and a half metres? 3 spots up. Hang on, I'll get my calculator out.
Take 3.5 off.
Not a bad start from Sandra, and he still needs a yard of pace on that though. Is Lee going to punish that? Looks like an identical ball.
I mean, I think that would probably be a big difference between Lee and Sandra. Is Sandra would probably be more likely to punish Lee rather than the other way round.
I think also, I think if they'd have been playing on any other rink tonight, I'm certain the heads would be a lot tighter than what they
yes, you're probably right. Definitely,
You know,
yeah.
rink 1 is arguably the trickiest of all 6 rinks
Yeah.
we have here.
Without doubt, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right there, Darren.
Not a bad effort from Lee here. Certainly a good adjustment on the green. Just that touch of weight there.
Yeah.
Same with Sandra. They certainly are avoiding that ditch side now, aren't they? This is the second time they've bowled this way, and it looks like all the woods will be coming up on the backhand.
Yeah, they're certainly, as you say, avoiding it.
Yeah, Neil's happy with this. Good ball from Sandra. Very good ball there. Even if anybody comes up to punch that wood, that jack's going straight to that other yellow wood behind.
Well,
If this can land on that back yellow wood, I think John will be happy because it gives him more options. Not a bad effort.
yes, I think it is the guest commentator. We can't keep him quiet.
No,
That's good.
Hey, this.
wouldn't be so bad, but I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. I was only out walking the dog.
The public
They
love
dragged
it.
me in.
The public love it, Darren.
I wouldn't mind, but he hasn't got a dog.
No.
Yeah, second wood for leave. So John will be happy at that.
Yeah, that's in a good position there now. If that front
capture.
wood gets a punch on it now, then it's 50-50 where the jack finishes. In fact, I'd probably slightly favour the black ball now. Yeah, I think Neil's going to risk the ditch side again and try and bowl onto the nearest black ball there where Sandra's just put
Yeah.
her foot. But bearing in mind, Neil, I know how confident he is because the last three balls he's sent have put in the ditch, hasn't he?
Yeah, but Neil won't. That'll be out of his mind at the moment.
Yeah, he's certainly put a bit of an allowance in there with the land. Don't think he's up though, is he?
Well, that's the only problem now is.
Yeah. Perfect ball with that extra 4 or 5 foot away.
Yeah.
He'd have been right on that black ball.
That's it. Yeah, you got it.
And
you
probably
still
counting
gotta
as well.
push it.
Yeah.
Push it through. You can't just dolly them up.
Well, we all have bad games, don't we?
Yeah.
Some of us more than others.
Most of us more than others.
Still plenty of time to find it, to get your arm in. As we found out yesterday in the Wessex,
Yeah.
we dominated the first, at Bromsgrove we dominated the first 7 or 8 ends, and then slowly the game turned, and all of a sudden we were being outbowled by the opposition.
Well, that surprised John being that
Yeah.
far short.
Yeah,
So he's
I haven't heard the heating kick in this evening
No,
either,
it's-
so I think, as you said when we first started, it was very warm in here.
yeah.
But it seems to me as though that heating's gone off, and it's quite chilly outside, and I reckon the temperature's dropped in there. It's probably killing the pace by a yard or two.
Yeah.
Whack it on the forehand.
I'll tell you what, this whack is being used a
Yeah,
lot
I think we've
now,
got a new
isn't it?
catchphrase, haven't we
Yeah.
now? I don't think whacking it's going to get the result. I think more controlled is a shot that needs to be played.
Just not up again, John. Lovely line.
If John whacks it as hard as he can whack it, the jack will probably end up on the football pitch adjacent to the green.
Oh, Neil going ditch side again.
Yeah, I really think he's
I
trying to
think
cover
he's
that
in
wood.
the ditch, isn't he?
Now I
Oh,
think it'll hang out though.
yeah.
Normally, if you skirt the edge,
It
they
holds
don't
out
tend
more.
to kick in. So
That's
yeah,
right.
that's finished probably 2.5 feet off the centre. If that had been rink 6, that would have been right in the centre of the.
Yes, it would have come right back.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think Neil's a little bit perplexed by it all. As I say, he bowled on that the other night. I'm sure he did.
I think
Did he?
Maybe, but I think if you're in a game, you're in control of the game. You don't think too much about it, do you?
That's true.
You play your own game and that's it.
You get on with it, yeah. I don't think John's here again.
Yeah, the rug's gone up in the air, so he's not happy with that. It's one to Sandra and Neil, so
No.
one wood to come.
Yeah, still
No,
playing.
2 woods to come, is it?
One each, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. Well, Neil's sticking with that forehand. It's got to be absolutely perfect on line to get where he wants it. And he's probably at 9 or 10 inches inside the line of his previous
Too
ball.
tight.
Yeah, he'll come back on green, but again, he hasn't got the legs.
Yeah, he's struggling a wee bit. I say, I don't think we've seen him struggle like this before, have we?
I mean, you could argue John probably isn't at his best at the moment, is
No.
he? He's don't get me wrong, he's bowling some good stuff, but he's not bowling probably as well as he'd
One
like
thing
to
about
be.
it is I ain't going to go more than one down, I don't think.
He's very close for shot here. Not a bad effort. Not a bad effort at all. Neil and Sandra. I think that's the first time they've got the noses in front, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, since the start.
Yeah,
Was it the start?
I think so. I think. I don't know. It was an hour ago. I can't remember that far back.
But I think out the two pairs, I think John and Lee will probably be the happier, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't mean that derogatory in any way.
I think Sandra and Lee are having it's a fairly even battle, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Neil is just finding it hard to get into it, isn't he?
I just get the feeling that Sandra isn't quite happy with these bowls. That's what I'm thinking.
I wonder what she'll play with when she plays me, because I believe we're on rink 1 in the open singles, which is this very same rink. So is she going to stick with these? I sort of hope she does. But who knows? One thing you can say for Lee, she's been very consistent with the greens, finishing pretty much in the same spots off centre.
Yeah. But you keep wishing she'd put another couple of inches.
Well,
that's what you keep thinking.
I think John wishes she'd perhaps just be bowling half a yard heavy because she's likely to be taking the jack.
This is a good word.
Yeah, good adjustment here from Sandra. I think she might have heard what I just said.
Yeah, whatever you do, be up. I like the line. I do like the line.
Looks a little bit tight to me. I think she's got to be playing into it on that line. She's got to be playing through it. Well, I'll tell you what, that's a result.
Like the line.
Yeah, use the apparatus, as they say on the crown.
Use the apparatus,
Yeah. Yeah, I think. Yeah, he's asking Sandra to play just a tight line with a yard to either get onto the wood or get onto the jack. Much easier than trying to play a draw shot. A perfect draw shot, I should say. I don't think she's far away here, Richard.
Well, I don't think she's there.
She's reaching. In fact, she's probably a yard too heavy.
Yeah.
You want to be keeping your wood on the green, ideally.
See, if
playing
she'd
that
had
shot.
a Drake's Pride then, I think they'd have come in a bit more.
But if she'd have lost a yard, she'd have either been into it and got it,
Yeah.
Or she'd have at least had the wood on the green behind.
Oh, Lee, I think you're a little bit.
It's weight, isn't it? It was a good track. Weight.
Yeah, just needed to push it through a little bit. But in all fairness, she's
Well, I
she's
think-
doing well.
I mean, both players can really play a similar shot, can't they? Because they both get the similar result.
Yeah,
You'd expect the wood to follow through if it's going to hit the woods or stop. A good effort from Sandra. She
that's
didn't.
made it better for.
Yeah, she didn't. She really didn't want to get the wood full on. She wanted to sort of get inside it and
Yeah,
get the edge of it really.
Yeah, push it and hold it
You
round the
know,
wood. Yeah,
it's a good effort and it's certainly the right shot to play in my
this is
opinion.
better from Lee.
It is if it's up, is it reaching? Just fell short. Oh no, it was through the head, wasn't it?
Come just under.
Yeah, in fact the weight was perfect. I'm guessing Neil will probably follow through on the backhand. Just that reaching bowl, either to turn Sandra's wood over, the yellow bowl over, or to get onto the shot bowl. He just wants anything but the gap between the woods, doesn't he, for a result? And he's coming. This is more like the Whitney we used to see. That's a lovely bowl.
That's the one we like.
That is what
he
we'd expect.
normally does.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Without a doubt, that's.
Is John going to try and play the perfect draw, or is he going to play? I think
He'll draw.
yeah, it's going to be a bit tricky.
He'll draw to get one close and then possibly.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky to. Yeah, he's coming on the forehand. That's the only hand for the draw shot, I think. Right, the woods are lying.
See where he lands up and then see what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Just staying out.
Well, it's in a good spot there if he can get some movement on that jack.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't put one next to the other yellow wood, because John will have a go then.
He's on a good track here. If he's got enough to get here, he's going to be yeah, he's very good. That's a lovely ball, that is. Well bowled, Neil.
Yeah, that's more like what we're used to.
I completely agree with you, Kevin. Neil has got his mojo back.
These don't look too bad. If he gets
Just-
past the yellow one, he then got past. Didn't really need that either, did he?
Yeah, I think he's a bit limited on his options here, John. Currently holding 3 shots by the looks of it, Neil and Sandra. And if Neil draws in with another one for 4, then John's going to have to have a real think about what he's going to do with his next ball.
Yeah, not quite.
He's going to need a very special wood here, I reckon, to get sharp. Whether he's just trying to open it up a little bit, because he has got another wood to come after this one. Draw a shot on the forehand then. That's what he's going for. I think he'll be happy if he gets second bowl. Not getting back, is it?
No. And this could give them another one.
I think it may well be, you know.
No, I think John's level wood probably.
I don't know, he's pretty much jack high with that wood, isn't he?
I think John's is probably the jack I would, if any of
Well, I think John will be saving to drawing to save with his last ball.
Without a doubt.
He doesn't want to be dropping 3 or potentially a 4, or 4 potentially a 5.
Oh, this one in here. Neil giving it a kick.
He's got to find the gap. No, that's
Well,
he struggled again, hasn't he?
I don't think John's got any other shot on. It's got to be the draw, what he's been trying.
Yeah. Try and draw and get second ball. That's probably my thinking on that.
Yeah. Two isn't a bad result to drop, but 3.
Well, it's not a complete disaster at this stage, but it might take you 2 or 3 ends to get those shots back. If it's a tight game.
I don't think John's here. You know.
I'm not sure if he skips round them front woods, he's close. Oh, I think the weight was good, you know.
Probably, yeah. It's getting the height on it, though, isn't it? You know.
Oh, I think they certainly dropped 3, and it could even be 4 there.
Yeah.
Four shots.
4.
Yeah.
You're right, Das.
Yep. You want to borrow my glasses?
Yeah, no. I'm quite all right with mine. Huh? Eric, where are you? Oh no, it's Ernie, isn't it? That's about 4, really.
So the game is sort of, well, it's turned on its head in the last 2 or 3 ends, hasn't it?
Well,
6-3 originally, and now it's 11-6.
yeah.
And I think because they've actually built up that little margin, perhaps they'll be a little bit more relaxed now, Sandra and Neil. And I think we'll see some better balls coming from them now.
Yeah, and John and Lee need to win a couple of 2 or 3 ends on the trot.
Yeah.
To,
Yeah, the forehand looks tricky tonight. Well,
this looks good.
bowling in the direction they're bowling now, the forehand is definitely not the hand you want to be playing out of choice. This is why the last few ends, you'll note the ladies in particular have been bowling the backhand. The forehand is very, very tricky.
Welcome, Claire Weaver. Go, Lee. Whoop, whoop. It's nice to see the supporters getting involved.
Yeah.
As we said before, we hope you're all enjoying the coverage. And we'd love you all to subscribe to our coverage of this.
At the moment, advantage Sandra and Neil.
Yeah. Doesn't cost you anything to subscribe for Bowls Drive TV. And if you log on to it, it bleeps up what matches are coming up, I believe.
Yeah, you get
on,
you get a notification when there's matches being live streamed. Now we're at the sort of the business end of the season. There'll be more and more live streaming over the next next
2 to 3
month.
weeks.
Yeah, next month or so.
Yeah, we've got
You
some
know.
big games coming up,
Yeah,
haven't we?
we've got, as I say, we've got the club men's and ladies singles coming up this coming weekend, and then in a few weeks' time, middle of April, the week before Easter, we've got all the club finals being played, and we're hoping to stream as much of those as we can.
And then the big one,
What's the big one?
29th and 30th of March.
Oh, the open singles. Yeah.
Some real good players are coming to
Yeah.
Bromsgrove. I believe there's about £2,300-400 in prize money.
I think it's £1,000 for the winner, and I think
Is it?
the prize money gets shared out
Down-
between the last 16.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
I
know
think-
what it is, but
So if you get through the first couple of rounds, I think you get something. It's my first time doing it, so I'm only going from what other people say.
yeah, we have. Yeah, so as I say, there's a great deal of money on offer, and there are some good name bowlers that are coming here. Most people on the circuit would know them,
Well, I think
and from all over the country.
yeah, and I think we got 4 or 5 from our club from Bromsgrove
Have
playing.
entered, yeah.
1 or 2 of them do open singles regular, and 1 or 2 of us have never done it before. So
Yeah.
it'll be an interesting experience.
Well, Neil's come alive. Last
Yeah.
3 ends, 2-3 ends. So
Yeah, Lee's bowling a little bit loose, and obviously Sandra's now beginning to punish her a little bit. John's going to have to work hard to get something out of this end. Yeah, he's
controlled weight here.
he's trying to play into the
Get
head
through
there.
that gap.
You're right.
Yeah. As he said, he's just on the wrong side of the yellow.
There's no game tomorrow. We've got a game Thursday. I'll remind you. I didn't really see any of the games.
Oh, John's a lot closer here. Wow, what a bowl. So unlucky. So unlucky.
Yeah, I think you're right there. The prize money. Are you talking about the raffle? I'll be getting a raffle ticket, so I might get something.
I think he's on about the Open.
Yeah, that's what I'm on
Yeah.
about as well. The only thing I'm going to win anything is if I buy a ticket.
Is it this weekend? Somebody said it's this weekend. I didn't think it was.
It's men's singles.
Men's single. I'm not.
Yeah, no, that white card.
Well, is John going to have a go at this? He certainly is.
The only thing
He's close, and he's took it out. Well bowled. So he's holding at least 3.
Yeah, well, what have I missed? I don't know, blink for a second and it's all
Well,
changed.
John took the jack through from the bunch, And then
You mean I've been watching for all this time and I've missed all the action?
you've missed all the
Oh,
action.
my God.
He had some bad luck because even though the jack went through, Sandra was holding at the back, but John just took Sandra's bowl out.
Oh, they're holding
So
what,
Neil's bowling now to save
they're 3 shots in there.
3 shots they're holding, yeah.
It's not an easy draw shot, that is it? If you're ever in the ditch.
And he's done it. Well,
What a lovely bowl that is. And John's got one shot there he's playing, and that's to get that wood out.
well, as we said, Neil's back at his best.
Yeah.
What a cracking wood that is. Well, which way round's John could have come?
He's after it. He's after the wood.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Coming on the forehand with weight. And he's
Tell you
close.
what.
And he's close.
Oh, well
What a lovely
bowled.
bowl.
Well, I've got to say this, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching some good bowls here tonight. What an absolute
I
spanker.
believe that's 3 shots to John and Lee. That brings them right back into the game now.
Yeah.
Back to within 2 shots.
Well. Yeah, you can go to Potter's, but I'll tell you now, the excitement's here. Right, Darren?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay, mate.
They haven't really changed much regards length, have they? Virtually full length,
No,
32 metres or so, 31 or 32.
Oh, what did I say? I need a couple of ends and they're back in it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. How'd you get on yesterday? Playing all right?
So we're 2/3 of the way through the match.
Playing all right yesterday?
Well, Anne Smith, you know, we've got to stop this whacked. Give him credit, that was brilliant bowling. Yes, I bet you'd love to do that, Ian, wouldn't you? Hey,
Playing. Right, so yeah, so Sandra's certainly bowling tighter than she was an hour ago. I think Lee's probably gone off the ball a bit, hasn't she? She's struggling a little bit.
just pushing the bowl through.
She's certainly got a better green on her woods, but she's pushing through them, isn't she?
Yeah, probably just sort of tensing up a bit and not feeling the bowl. Just need to get one within a couple of foot, doesn't she? You know, just to help the situation.
Yeah.
This looks a lot better.
She might be onto the wood here. It's just skirting around the back again.
Just a bit heavy.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if Sandra didn't plonk this one right on the jack, you know. Looking at where the first two was finished. But she's so good at adjusting. Probably finished a yard short with that.
So this is a problem, isn't it, with commentating? You watch the people playing, you can't believe they play 4 or 5 matches streamed and play absolutely.
But again, they're bowling the forehand coming down, and to me that is the trickiest hand coming down. It does exactly what the forehand does. In fact, the forehand going up and the forehand coming down to me.
I wonder if John's ploy is put them through the back, and I'll. I don't think so, but you know.
I don't think John wants to be walking up to the head 4 shots down, particularly. But having said that, he'd rather have the forwards behind the head than blocking his way in on the.
Hello, Neville. No, thank you for watching. This is what we do it for. Get people watching and enjoying themselves from doing it.
Have a little laugh along the way and not be too serious about it.
We have a bit of banter, don't we? And laugh and a joke, and it's good. As we said before, it's hard for a lot of people to come and watch the bowls, as they live quite a few miles away, especially.
Well, at night in the dark as well.
Exactly.
A lot of the older members don't like travelling, and you can watch it in the comfort of your own home. In the
well
wall.
bowled, John.
Yeah, John.
And it's in a good place as well, because if they punch that, Lee's Woods are going to be on the receiving end. So, well done, John. Pressure's there, but you've.
I think John is most definitely in the zone now, isn't he?
Yeah.
After playing that last end the way he played it, and getting the results that he was trying for.
Yeah, he gets pumped up, and I don't know, the bowls seem to flow, don't they?
Yeah.
I say I was lucky enough to be in the team yesterday with him and watch him doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, as a rings bowler, he's with 2 woods. He's a great bowler in rings.
Neil's probably made that a bit awkward, but I'm sure John will be happy.
Yeah, again, he can compensate for that on the green. If he's finding good weight, he's still going to count, isn't he? He's only got to land on the front, the yellow wood behind, or get inside it to count.
The thing is, he only got to be 2 foot either side of it, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's underneath the redwood, isn't he?
He's happy with that.
Yeah. He might be in the count.
I think it is counting.
So yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's counting.
So what's Neil thinking?
I think he's just
Punch Sandra's up, or?
I think he's trying to draw it, to be honest. I mean, the thing is, you see, John's holding there with a very good shot.
Yeah.
If Neil happened to get one in, John would be down the middle at that to get that jack in the ditch, because I've got the 3 best backwoods now,
Exactly.
or even 4 best backwoods. So John is going to be so relaxed now, because they're potentially holding 2 with options available should Neil.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing Neil's probably got the option of pumping down the middle, just with a control weight, but he doesn't want to be moving that jack more than a yard, does he?
Or he only wants to catch the wood on the edge.
Yeah. He wants to be moving that jack round about a yard, Neil does, if he's going to be playing that sort of shot.
Yeah, John's hoping to come
And if John can draw around the back and still count, then... Oh, I tell you what, that was good weight again.
Yeah. I got it in for you, haven't I, mate? Yeah.
Kevin, thanks for that. You've obviously seen me bowl. Who knows, anything's possible.
Well, Neil's gone into his shell a little bit, hasn't he? Again.
He's gone short again.
Yeah.
You see, I think Neil ought to be having a little trundle down the middle there, because they're currently 2 or 3 down if John gets in. So they're not going to be any worse than 2 or 3 down, are
Well.
they? So
be 3.
There's room to get in through the middle. I know you've got to come with probably more weight than you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you know, I agree with exactly what you're saying there about the little trundler, but
Yeah, he
well,
saved.
they've probably got second wood there, so I think
Saved.
Neil will settle for that.
Yes.
The way the woods are lying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 11 across, 13 ends. Isn't it 11 across?
No, 11, 10.
Is it 11, 10? Oh, right, okay.
10, 11, yeah.
You're one step ahead of me, Helen. I obviously read the score after you'd altered it. No, 11, 10.
Yeah, John will be happy with that.
Yeah. Still bowling similar length again. All night long they've been bowling to within a couple of metres of 29 to 31 metres. It's not a bad start from Lee there, is it? Again, the weight's very good.
Yeah.
It's just that touch of green again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Struggling with the green.
Yeah, Sandra's gone through very hard. I mean, this looks good height.
Yeah, this is looking better. She's definitely looking better. Oh, even that's cut across, hasn't it? Wow.
Yeah. And they do seem to roll on, don't they?
I suppose they're quite a small wood, aren't they, though? So they're going to peg more anyway, aren't they?
Well, that's what I was
Yeah,
saying earlier
yeah.
on. I mean, the thing is, Lee's are a size 1 and Sandra's are a size 2. You know, but they look a
definitely-
lot bigger, don't they?
Yeah, and they're definitely. I would say that there's half a yard difference on land between the two sets of woods if you watch them coming
Yeah,
off.
this looks good. This looks good. She's up.
Shot ball.
Yeah, that's better. Much better line. Yeah.
Sandra's having a go on the awkward hand.
I didn't say this early on, but I will say it now that, you know, thanks again to Helen, Andy and yourself, Darren, for doing this. Just, it needs all the people to help out so that this can be put on. It's not just a one-person show. You need at least half a dozen people to get things like this going. Well, many thanks to them all. Well, John will be over the moon with that, I think, don't you?
Definitely. I know John will be playing that tight draw shot now to try and pick up the jack to just drag it
Oh,
across.
Sandra looks.
If Sandra doesn't get it
Sandra
first, that
looks
is.
close here. Oh.
That's in a good position, that is there. That's in a very good home.
Well,
John might even bowl the forehand up there. Just looking how the woods are. He's got options. He just doesn't want to be heavy. He wants to be.
well, the thing is, you don't want to give Neil anything to push into, does he? Really?
Just be good to know because Ray Gibson last week, I would tell him that was the bit of position where you got in there. I suspect you haven't had it. I suspect you've sent it.
It looks like he got it out well.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a lovely ball.
Well,
It might still only be one.
I'll tell you
could
what,
be
that's
two,
the sort of wood I wouldn't have wanted to put it.
Yeah,
Because Neil will see that in his sights.
it's very hard on that
It's
hand
in the
though, as you know,
ditch.
Richard. There you go. He's plonked another one in the ditch. I've never seen Neil. I don't think I've ever seen him put one in the ditch on the side, to be honest, when I've seen him playing an outside ring.
I'm surprised. I thought he'd play a little bit tighter, but just put a little bit more weight into it.
I mean, it could. I mean, that is such a hard hand as well. I know it probably is looking at the woods. It's probably the best hand, but he has got a similar shot on the backhand. I know there's a very good chance of the jack skirting across to the black woods, but if he gets the wood clean.
See, that's another good thing with John as well. Lee being inexperienced, he's explaining to her.
John knows straight away what he's doing.
But he's explaining to her what it's all about.
Yeah.
So she understands, and in future it'll rub off, which is a good thing. I wouldn't trust him, but do you know what? That's. No, you've got to say one thing about John. He knows what he's on about, and he's got a good wood here.
He's trying to put it behind, but it's actually looks like he got another wood in the count here.
Well,
Oh, blimey. The weight was perfect. He's probably missed the green by a yard, hasn't he, to where he wanted it. He obviously, I think ideally he wanted to split those two yellow woods on the right-hand side, the two back yellow woods.
yeah, look, Neil's going for that.
He's coming well, you know, he's close.
And now I thought he'd have been up and through a good 4 or 5 foot, to
Well,
reach.
he's got to be playing enough to turn the wood over, hasn't he, at least, really? John's shot wood.
Exactly.
You know, you're not, it's virtually impossible to play that perfect draw shot. I mean, you've got to draw within, 2.5, 3 inches to get shot. That's, you're going to take a hell of a bowl, that is. Well, thanks for your comment, Kevin. That's very nice. Regarding members, we did earlier on in the season close the book to new members because we were inundated. At the moment, we just opened the books up, and I think we're around about 430 members, give or take 4 or 5. So we've got quite a healthy membership, considering that just before COVID we were down to just below 300. I think with all the promotions that have gone on since COVID, highlighting the sport to more people, we've had a steady influx of new players, and now we've got a very, very healthy membership. Right, back to the game. Where are we? So John's still holding one. Neil's about to bowl. I'm guessing with controlled weight. What a great effort. I don't think John's got many options except the perfect draw on the ditch side.
See ya. Bye. Bye. What's going on here? I'll do a bit of commentary. Yes, I will. I will. I'm coming. Here I come. Here we have. It won't pick me up. Will it? It will pick me up.
We pick everything up, especially the.
Right, well, here we are at Bromsgrove Golf Bowling Rink.
John's left that one on the mat. Okay, Neil going to take a risk here. Go for glory. I can't quite. Oh, is he trying to get in off that wing bowl? Yeah, I suppose that's an option. You'll need a little bit of luck, I think, to get a result. There's no easy shot there at all. He's got a good. He's not up again, is he? Oh wow. It's all square now, 11 across after 14 ends. So 4 ends to play, all to play for.
Apologies. That's just given me a kick in the thunderball. Bloody hell. Me and him got to play Brian Lees and Peter Bryan.
What is that in the nominated pairs?
County pairs.
County pairs. You and Jim, is it? Jim
Me
McDonald?
and Bob.
You and Bob Jones?
Yeah.
Go easy on them, won't you, Rich?
Oh my God, yes.
That might be worth streaming, Ellen. When is it? I think I might have to sign off shortly, Helen, because
That's okay.
I'm the nominated driver tonight, and I think Mr. Barton needs to get back to walk his dog. You know, his alcoholic
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
He needs to walk his dog before the pub closes.
I don't think you'll be streaming that Pete Bryan, Brian Lees, Bob Jones, or Davis.
Hey, Vince. Come on, we got someone from Australia watching.
Hey, good day, guys. Australia, so what time is it in Australia?
8:34 a.m.
Oh my word.
Should have been at work at 8 o'clock.
Not me, not nowadays.
Now I'm on a bit, Vince.
Well, I'll watch the end of this end, and then I'm going to have to make waves, I'm afraid, and Richard can
See there.
finish the game off, perhaps with the assistance of Helen.
Well, I'll say this now, Darren. Thanks very much for your help. and
It's
your
an absolute
commentary.
pleasure. Any time where I'm not playing myself or anything, I'm more than happy to come and have a chat and have a bit of banter.
Makes all the difference when there's two of you
Yeah,
doing
and
it.
have a
as
chat with some of
people
you
know.
guys online as well with some of your comments. It makes it quite enjoyable.
Certainly helps not being on your own. When there's two of you, you can bounce off one another, and as you say, you can have a bit of fun as well. And yeah, it's good. It's good. So I just noticed with Lee, she seems to be a lot heavier coming this way that she's bowling, and the other way she seems to be.
Yeah.
I wonder whether it's because it might be colder going one way than the other way, having the back wall.
I would say it probably is quicker bowling this way. And I think also as well, whichever hand you bowl going back up the other way, you do have to give them a lot of green, and obviously you've got to compensate for that by putting that bit of extra weight on, because the woods are actually going to be rolling further.
Yeah.
I think coming this way, it's probably not quite as swingy.
Ever since we boosted their confidence, my record beat us. Yeah, they're 1 on 4 now. This is the 4th.
So this could develop into an interesting end, the way the woods are sort of lying.
Well, he's John up. Yes,
He is. He's got a great draw shot here.
That is superb.
That's a wonderful draw shot, and it sort of probably prevents that jack being moved to the lefts, which obviously which are all Sandra's woods.
I think it's got to be a precise shot, isn't it?
Well, I think it's going to be probably a draw off, isn't it? This. Is he going worldwide? In Spain? In Spain?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to follow Neil in, all being well. I mean, this is not easy as well. Keep changing your hand, is it? You know, you get it one way, and then as this shows, really.
Yeah, I mean that's probably not a bad result there. That could be a bit of a nuisance bowl, depending on what Neil's thinking is. I think the only shot really, I'm assuming John's holding there, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess Neil's just got to sort of just draw into the pack, hasn't he, and just hope that he shuffles the jack around a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a great effort. Just needed half a yard of poke on that, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I think John's. I don't know. I think John's got to play the same shot and just hope that he doesn't give it away. There's too many woods. Well, there's still 4 woods to come down, so you've really got to bowl them. So.
I mean, the ideal bowl is right in front of the jack, isn't it? Yeah.
Possibly. I think John's bowling a little bit cautiously there, and I don't blame him for the holding shot.
Yeah, he has to be careful.
Neil's definitely aiming just to trundle into the head there.
I mean, Neil's
He's close, you know.
It's gone under again.
Just the weight again, isn't it? That half a yard.
I think sometimes you've just got to be a little bit more positive.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
We can keep saying, oh, just a little bit more land, but sometimes you throw it out and it comes back even more.
It's easy for us as well sitting here to say what they should be doing.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Well, there's still actually plenty of room there to get in on a draw, isn't there?
Yeah.
Looking at it from this side, this angle. draw into the woods, you're probably going to get shot, aren't you? If you draw into either of those woods,
Yes.
the blue one or the red one. Ah, now that's a very, very clever wood from John there. Because Neil had got a risky shot to play there to just skirt that jack and get it across for potentially 4 shots. It's covered now, so
I think John's explaining to Lee
yeah.
what's what, yeah. Is Neil going to be a bit more positive?
Looks like it, but yeah, he is. He's trundling down. Well, he's on the line to trundle in, so. And he's close.
It's gone.
Yeah. Oh. I think, they might have.
It's stuck on the blue wood. And must have hit the red then and come back a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's very unlucky.
And on that note, I'll sign off and leave Richard to commentate on the rest of the game.
Ends, yeah, 3 more
And
ends.
hopefully I'll get another chance to have a chat with everybody between now and the end of the season. Thank you. Bye.
Well, yet again, thanks Darren, that was brilliant. Invaluable help. Is the ditch side heavier, Darren? Well, Darren's just signed off, so I don't think it is. What we do find with the ditch side is if you do get it on the edge, it seems to just throw it back a little bit quicker. But the thing about the ditch side is it can make you look silly. Yeah, well done. Thanks very much, Kevin. Darren's done another great job.
Right then, good evening, Richard.
Hello, Helen has just jumped
dear.
across seats now and is going to help us on the commentary.
I might need to go and put a battery pack in one or two of the cameras, but we'll see how far we can go. But they're holding out for the time being.
Yes, Helen does.
Good match then, Richard.
Yes, it's been very good. It's been very interesting how it's panned out.
Yeah.
We thought Neil and Sandra took a 5-6 shot lead, but John and Lee have dragged it back and making a good game of it.
Yeah. I have to say a massive thank you for Vince tuning in from New South Wales, Australia. Thank you very much, Vince. Made my day.
Oh, you've made a day, Vince. I tell you.
Absolutely made my day.
She gets all excited when we get all these 12,000 miles away and you let her know. Brilliant it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, just gone through a yard for Sandra.
Yeah, there's plenty of room to get in there. John will be hoping that Lee can get one round the jack, take the pressure off.
Yeah.
I think she's a little bit light and tight here.
Yeah, definitely light, isn't it?
Yeah, just needed a little bit more land.
Yeah, good height from Sandra. What's her weight like?
No,
Looks
I
like
think
it's
it's
struggling a
light.
bit.
Yes, yeah,
Just struggling a bit.
yeah.
You are short.
I'll say plenty of open space there. John will enjoy that if he can get one within a couple of inches. It'll be pressure onto Neil.
Oh, if that drops, he's pretty close.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be too unhappy
Half a
with
yard.
that.
Oh, come on, John. Thank you.
Well, let's see what Neil's got in the tank.
Yeah, he didn't have a very good first half of the game, did he?
Not for Neil.
It was most unusual.
Yeah, very unusual for Neil.
Looks a good weight.
This is better.
Dropping lovely.
This is much better.
Ooh.
Well, just travelled a little bit
Yeah, but
further.
it needs a good look. Yeah, drawn to the tee. You're in for shot.
Yes, three. The two yellow of Sandra's and the red of Neil's are waiting for a little push. Welcome, Alec Hodgson. Yeah, what's John got in the tank? Well, he's just shouted
Not a
down.
million
He's
miles away.
quite happy with the road.
He's not a million miles away.
And what a good shot that is. Oh, so I'll tell you what. I think he'd just rather have been another 6 inches behind. Giving Neil a chance to run the white through, the jack through. And Neil's trying, he's trying. Yeah.
Yes, pushed him out.
Yes.
Oh, has he?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Same ball for John, really. Lands
Yeah.
on Neil's.
Hi, Alec. Nice of you to come.
Yeah. Hello, Alec.
Ellen will ask you if you've subscribed.
No, I won't.
No, she-
I don't push for subscribers. But if you did, that would be most helpful. Anyway.
As we do say, you can subscribe. It doesn't cost anything.
I'm sure Alec knows that. I think I've seen his name on before. This is good. Oh, yeah. He likes it.
Well, he likes it
He's happy
because
with that.
it stops Neil pushing through so much now.
Oh, John, get out of the way. Jeez.
That's what he didn't want. It looks like 2 now to Lee.
Yeah, he's got to reach that bowl, hasn't he?
Well, I think he's trying to come through that gap.
Through the tee, down to the orange bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Anne. That means a lot, actually. Thank you. Much appreciated. Oh, thank you, Alec. Thank you ever so much. It means a lot. It really does. I just don't like doing the commentary. Oh, yeah, you need to push on, John. Well, don't stand there, John, please. Let's change the angle.
Well, this is the 16th end. So if they can complete this, there'll be 2 ends left. So it'll be very, very exciting.
Oh, he's having a throw at it. I tell you what, he's not a million miles away.
Oh. Well, 2 to John Cracknell and Lee Drew. So there's 3 shots of difference, 2 ends to play. So we're on a. This is a very, very important end for both teams now. There we go.
It's not exactly the shortest play, but we've seen that there is a chance for that.
Yes. Nice ball from Sandra.
Yeah, that's a very good start.
Great ball.
Very good start. Oh, this don't look too badly. Well bowled.
Good reply.
Oh, John will be over the moon with that.
Oh, thank you, Alec. You're a star, you really are.
Well, here we are, Lee. Oh,
Just dropped it short. Good line for it as well, wasn't it?
it was.
You know,
Just
just to
needed
take the jack through a bit.
yeah, an extra 2 or 3 foot
Yeah.
of weight.
Can we get Darren playing Richard on the stream? That would go viral.
Well, no. Oh, this is good height from Lee.
Yeah, got
Oh,
it back.
yes.
Got it back.
Well, it's all nip and tuck here.
It certainly is, isn't it?
I think that might be a bit tight.
I don't know, if she's got the weight, it's all right. It's all right, you know. Run. Needs to run. Needs to run.
Oh,
Yes,
well
there
bowled.
you go.
Well bowled.
That's made 2 of it, surely.
Well,
Done.
I think everybody who's watching is very impressed with the bowlers. Well, John. Oh my God, what a bowl. What an absolute, well, flange. Well, 3 bowl, 3, well, goodness gracious me. How I haven't swore, I don't know. Superb. I'll tell you what, you viewers are having an absolute birthday watching this. Yeah, I didn't think Neil would be, well. No.
Sorry about that, Richard. Just had to go and put a battery
You've
pack
just
on.
probably missed the 3 best bowls that have
Sorry.
been going.
That was like Nicky Brett's.
Who's Nicky Brett?
Richard, wash your mouth out.
I'll tell you what, John. Oh. I'll tell you what, there's some bowling here tonight. It's just got better and better. And Neil
Oh, he
knows
doesn't
he's
like
a bit
it.
worried, yeah. I think John's got to be a little bit careful here. He probably needs to cover. Probably needs to cover. Exactly right, Lee.
Yeah.
You want something just round there.
Need to take a high road and then just let it drop.
Yeah, that's it.
That's high enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going behind, that's the main thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, run. Oh, dear me. Well,
I'll tell you what, he's got second shot as well out of it.
yeah. I thought Sandra would ask him that.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be anything held back by Neil this time.
Knock it out of rink. Start again. Not fair. Oh, just
No.
rocked it. Just rocked it.
Yeah, still holding 2. Yes, he's thinking about the one that went in the ditch. Lee Griffiths, bowl of the sea. Yes, I think you're right there, Lee. That's one for the archives.
I think they'll go into the highlights video
Yes, I'll tell you what.
at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think he is trying to get a blocker in.
Ooh, I don't like blockers.
Just another foot. This is a big shot now for Neil and
And Smith says, whack it, Neil.
he said, well, what?
Whack it. Oh dear.
That's all Anne said all night
Yeah.
is whack it.
Give it a
Bless
whack.
her, bless her. Hey,
What's it? Yeah. Oh.
oh,
Sun.
now it's gone.
Oh, oh no. What's that done?
Well,
I can't see because
well,
I don't think we'll get a better shot out of that. No, we won't. They're dancing around a bit. Sandra's going in for with the old calipers.
well, this is when you really need the overhead shot.
Neil's walking back slow motion. Looks like the network's having a problem. Oh yeah, we've got a bit of latency going on. Battery's all right, it's just the latency of the network here at the minute. So I do apologise. No, it's nothing to do with the camera, it's the latency of the network.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's pretty bad. I do apologise for this, guys. This is what we could do without right now. Let's see if we can. No, it's the network. No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
working. Look.
No, the latency just keeps messing things up, unfortunately.
Yeah, but at least they're moving. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Before it had stopped.
Let's see if we can see this going through.
So that looked like 1, did it?
We're having a few problems. No, that one hasn't.
Yeah.
It's the Wi-Fi. There's nothing we can do about that.
Right, so we've just had to cross over to another camera. We're sorry about this, but
It's
at
the
least we can
network.
still see the end as the bowls come in.
I'd probably be due. Yeah, well, that's all. Well, this one is you got the this one is. Yeah. No, I'll try and get the cholesterol down so I don't have cholesterol. So I'll change my diet and I'll change to Okay. So I'll try to get it down because they tried to put me on stand.
Squeeze your own legs as close as you can.
Yeah, that last one looks shot wood. So we'll just reiterate, Neil and Sandra need at least 4 to draw. And Sandra's holding 2. John likes this. Oh, superb. Well done, Lee. Well done. So, well, I don't think John will mind that. By doing that, it's took 3 of Sandra's out the equation. John doesn't look to have a bad one here. Oh, this is coming well. Well bowled. Oh, and what a place. What a place.
That's close for shot, that. Yeah.
That's really put the pressure on Neil, that has. Yeah, I'm afraid we've got to stick with this camera as we're having a little problem.
Yeah, the latency on the network, that's what the problem is. The camera itself is fine. It just, battery pack's on and everything. It's just the network. It's dropping out.
Well, Neil's got his work cut out here to sort something out. Well, Neil's played a weighty shot here. That don't help. So that looks very much as if Neil needs to put this out of rink. all gone very quiet,
It certainly has.
hasn't it? Yeah. John likes this.
He likes it.
Yeah. Covering the bases now. Neil's let one go again. Ooh. Well. I would be looking how the heck is he going to get that blue wood out of there. Really needs one round by the nearest yellow. Well, Neil just whacked it. So there's some anxious looks now. John's turned his hand over now, coming ditch side. Well, he seems to. That'll do, as he says, that'll do. That's perfect. Oh, yeah. Well, like I say, I think Neil's got to push this out to the side. And Neil's lining it up, and there it goes.
Oh, Sandra.
Unlucky. Well, I have to say, what an exciting game that was.
That was brilliant, except for the latency on the network towards the end.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry about that,
Sorry
guys.
about the last 5
Yeah.
minutes. But even so, I've got to say, I think you people who are watching have been treated to an absolute ding-dong.
Yeah, it's a
And
very
some
good battle.
excellent shots.
Yeah,
Excellent shots.
yeah.
But well done to the teams, well done to John and Lee. Unfortunate for Sandra and Neil, but thank you all very much for watching.
When's the next one?
Well, you're the one in charge.
What's the date today? 10th. I think the next one will be on the 17th of March.
Right, 17th of March, we've earmarked.
Oh no, what's the date on Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
15th. No, we've got club
singles.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Club championships on
Ladies
Saturday.
and men's
Yep.
semi-finals.
Quarterfinals and semi-finals for the
yeah.
men, and then semi-finals for the ladies.
That's correct.
And then Sunday morning, we've got another county match, and it's triples. So I'm going to do that. That's Peter Bryan
Oh, right.
against Graham Arnold. So that will be another ding-dong battle.
Right, so the weekend is
So
it's
the
being
weekend's
streamed
looking
full.
good.
And then the 17th will be the match afterwards.
Yep.
So that's
So,
giving you all
yeah,
a bit of
I'll-
information.
Yeah, I'll put a few notices on YouTube anyway. I'll put some
Okay, yeah.
upcoming posters on there anyway. But thanks, guys, for tuning in tonight, and absolutely appreciate all your messages. They've been great. Nice little bit of banter, exactly what we need. And yeah, Richard, thank you for doing the commentary for me, and Darren.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Always appreciated. So, just leaves us to say good night then, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Till
and
next time.
Thanks very much, ladies, gentlemen,
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
for watching, and hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, and thank you for your lovely comments.
Yep.